All right, shalom, shalom. Kahalayim la Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, up honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. They really teach well. Much peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's wishing this word, the truth, and sincerity of heart. Shalom. It's the brother Batak back again through the spirit with another lesson in Lord willingness. Let's be edifying. Currently, I'm in transit right now, so bear with me. But I was thinking of another lesson concerning divine intervention, where the Lord divinely intervened into a situation where the temple was being guarded by an angel that because the Seleucids wanted to take the money out of the treasury that they was falsely accused, or there was lied about the amount, and they wanted to take the money out of the treasury, but the Lord didn't allow it. So we're gonna get into this example of the Lord divinely intervening. So I went on ChatGPT and I typed in angel beat up those that tried to enter the temple. It says, yes, in the Bible there are accounts where um, angels protected sacred places like the temple, and used force to intimidation to keep intruders or the unworthy out. One specific example is in 2 Maccabees, the third chapter, which describes an angelic intervention at the temple in Jerusalem during the time of the Seleucid Empire. So let's read it. It says, 2 Maccabees 3:24. I'm not sure what translation this is. I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna read it actually in the Bible. Second Maccabees, the third chapter, in the 23rd verse, it says, "Nevertheless, Heliodoros." If you read up in the chapter, it'll tell you about what the king commanded Heliodorus to do. Let me see. I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says, "But one Simon of the tribe of Benjamin, who was made governor of the temple, fell out with the high priest about disorder in the city. And when he had not overcome Onias, he gat him to Apollonius, the son of Thy- Thyroseus, who was the governor of Coelesyria and Phoenice, and told him of the treasury in Jerusalem was full of infinite sums of money, so that the multitude of their riches, which did not pertain to the amount of the sacrifices, were innumerable, and that it was possible to bring all into the king's hand." So this is what this wicked Benjamite did. He told them that he lied and said there was an innumerable amount of riches in there, you know, so the king can take their money. Um, so I'm gonna jump down to verse 7. It says, "Now when Apollonius came to the king and had shewed him of the money whereof he was told, the king chose out Heliodorus, his treasurer, and sent him with a commandment to bring him the foresaid money." So that's what's going on. That's the context. That's the backstory of what's really going on here. So basically, the Israelites, they prayed to the Lord. I'm gonna start at verse 22. It says, "Then they called upon the Almighty Lord to keep the things committed of trust and safe and sure for those that had committed them." Verse 23, "Nevertheless, Heliodorus executed that which was decreed. Now, as he was there present himself with his guard about the treasury, the Lord of spirits and the Prince of all power," talking about the Heavenly Father Yahweh, the Lord of spirits. This is in the Prince of all power, "caused a great apparition, so that all that presumed to come in with him were astonished at the power of the Most High, and fainted, and were so afraid." See, they were scared because the Lord sent the apparition or a ghost to spook their ass, man. Now let's read this version. I'm not sure what translation this is. It says, "But when Heliodorus, arrived with his bodyguards at the treasury, the Lord of spirits and of all power caused a great apparition, so that all who had presumed to come in with him were astonished at the power of the Most High, and became weak and became faint with terror. For there appeared to them a horse with a fearsome rider, and adored with a magnificent harness. It rushed fiercely at Heliodorus and struck him with his front hoofs. Um, this is funny, man. You know, it's a beautiful example, but at the same time, it's funny because the Lord was sent an angel to fuck them people up. It says, the rider on the horse appeared to have armor of gold. That's how you know it's an angel. Two young men also appeared to him, remarkably strong, gloriously beautiful, and splendidly dressed. They stood on each side of him and flogged him unceasingly, in, inflicting many blows on him, beating their ass. Now let's read the rest in KJV. It says, verse 25, for there appeared unto them a horse with a terrible rider upon him, and adorned with a very fair covering, and he ran fiercely and smote at Heliodorus with his 4 feet, and it seemed that he that that sat upon the horse had complete on harness of gold. That was an angel on a horse. Hmm. Um, moreover, he I'm sorry. Moreover, 2 other young men appeared before them, notable in strength, excellent in beauty, and comely in apparel, who stood by him on either side, and scourged him continually, and gave him many sore stripes. So they whipped their ass, man. Whipped them. You scourge somebody, you whip them. It says, and Heliodorus fell suddenly unto the ground, and was compassed with great darkness. But they that were with him took him up, and put him into a litter. Thus him that lately came with a great train and with all his guard into the said treasury, they carried out, being unable to help himself with his weapons, and manifestly they acknowledged the power of the Most High. See what? What did the Lord do? Send an angel to beat their ass, man. Angels. That was more than one. You know. Um. It says, verse 29, for he by the hand of the Most High was cast down and laid speechless without all hope of life. But they praised the Lord that had miraculously honored his own place. For the temple, which a little afore was full of fear and trouble, when the Almighty Lord appeared, was filled with joy and gladness. See, so the Heavenly Father stopped Heliodorus from taking the money out of the treasury. Beat they ass, man. Beat they ass. Hold on, let me see. Hold on.